What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this video, we're gonna have an L5P head and a LML head and just show some differences on things that GM improved on and just basically the different designs in both heads. So come along and yeah, we'll show you some of the differences. So right off the bat, there's a few things we can notice. This is the L5P head. This is an LML head. So this is 2011 to 2000 and I think 15 and a half. This is off a 2020 truck. This is off a 2011 truck. So we can see our valve springs here. They went to a beehive valve. So it's tapered at the top and goes down. We can see webbing in the head. So on the old head, all the head bolts are recessed down in, and so are these other head bolts here. And there's gaps here and here and here. But on the L5P head, everything is flush and everything is connected together. So we can see this hole here, which is this hole, is webbed into the main bolt hole. This is all webbed into the rocker hole. This is all webbed up together, and also even the injector bores. So you can see all of this is all put together, and that'll give the head some more structural stability and stuff like that. Another big thing is you can see this freeze plug on the L5Ps. They're thread-in plugs. So they must have had some problems where these freeze plugs would pop out and start leaking coolant into the crankcase. So they went with a threaded freeze plug in here. They have different valve seals in the L5Ps as well. This older style, you can see there, they would slide down on the guide and you couldn't install them too far or the seals would rip. But these ones, you can't really see them in here. They're like a top hat seal, like a 5.9 Cummins. So what that means is there's the seal and it has like a ring on the bottom that'll just sit in the bottom of the spring hole. So you can't really mess them up. The rocker arm dowels were part of the bolt assembly on the older head. The newer head has an offset dowel here. It goes into here. The oil port for the rockers to lube everything up here is the same. It's just this one doesn't have as much webbing as the L5P. The exhaust ports, there's not a ton different in there other than just a little more thickness in the head here, and also thread-in freeze plugs as well, whereas these ones are just pop-in. So this is the L5P, or this is the LML. This is the L5P. The front coolant port is just a single hole that is fairly large. And then this is the back side of this head. But the old style has two cooling ports and a different style of pipe on there. The biggest difference though comes from the intakes. The intake on them is totally redesigned. The L5P looks like it'll flow way more air than the older trucks will. So this here is the LML. So you can see all this material here. Then you have your ports. And then all this extra material, your ports and all that. On the L5P, they are totally open. So the airflow going in will get directed to the ports instead of hitting like this solid wall here and not being restricted. So this section here has been all machined out. So it has this nice flow going to each of the valves. And you can actually see the valves down in there on the L5P. That's a little dark. You can actually see the valves in there on the L5P. The LML, you can, but there is way more material blocking everything down in there. Like, look how open that is. Compared to that. That's the same cylinder on each head. Just the L5P will flow way more air. In my opinion, GM did an amazing job of opening up the intakes on these heads. These L5Ps, the head itself looks like it'll flow way more. I mean, the valve size, I don't believe there's much difference, but the amount of air you're gonna get going to the valves will push way more in. So that is my analysis of and a comparison of both heads on the L5P and on the LML. So stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming up. I know it's been quite a while since we've uploaded. It's just there's been some changes in the business and some stuff like that we've had to kind of grow and adapt to. So stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming up, and hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.